Before taking the oath of office, Obama's lying bitch ass had the audacity to remind us we were living in the greatest nation the world ever produced. Then set out to transform it. We all knew what he meant, the liberals knew it, the illegal aliens knew it, both the Democrats and Republicans knew it, we all knew what transformation meant. We only don't agree for different reasons. Turns out to be the only campaign promise he kept his word on. He has destroyed the job market, sent billions of taxpayer dollars to Wall Street and overseas companies, repaid his campaign contributors, funded retirement accounts for our members, public sector unions and thugs, enforced passage of a wildly unpopular national health care law on a purely partisan vote. He now supports gay marriage, refuses to enforce federal illegal immigration laws, and eliminated the work requirement for welfare cheats. How can a country that elected Ronald Reagan have Obama tied in the polls with Mitt Romney? The answer is, it's not the same country. You know you're not in Kansas anymore, when two successful, attractive multimillionaire women in California lose elections to a geriatric liberal leftist like Jerry Brown and an old liberal prune like Barbara Boxer. California is a prime example of what happens when you let illegal aliens vote. It is not the same state that elected Ronald Reagan twice. The same election process has now bankrupted the state. California is in financial ruin from liberal policies offering the highest paying welfare benefits in the nation. Pay to citizens and non-citizens, needing it or not, everyone qualifies. Kinfolks said California is the place you ought to be, so they loaded up their trucks and moved to Beverly. Unfortunately, they all forgot their money. Now working its way through the nation like a swarm of liberal locusts, devouring and destroying states as it goes, while conservatives have been formulating carefully constructed arguments, liberals have been playing a long-term game to change the demographics of America to get an electorate more to their liking. They will do incalculable damage to the nation and to individual citizens, but Democrats will have an unbeatable majority. Just like California, the United States is on its way to becoming a third world, one-party state. Teddy Kennedy's 1965 Immigration Act was expressly designed to change the ethnic composition of America to make it more like Nigeria, considered more susceptible to liberal demagogues. Since 1965, instead of taking immigrants that replicate the country's existing ethnic mix, we've been admitting mostly immigrants from the third world. At the same time, countries sending immigrants to the U.S. for its first several centuries have been barred from sending people with trades. What the hell is a trade? 85% of immigrants are from developing countries. They have no trades, no skills and no education. Si habla English means nothing, not a requirement. How are they expected to develop when all their citizens are over here living the life of Riley, retired, sipping on drinks with little umbrellas at the pool, while living life on the dole? The browning up of America is not a natural process. It's been artificially imposed by Democrats, who are confident of their ability to turn illegal aliens into taxpayer-supported, Mai Tai-sipping tourists who are enjoying living life on the dole. Starting to think they set up a state lottery only to catch illegal immigrants. They seem to be the only ones who are winning. It has worked out great for them and their extended families so far. According to the Center for Immigration Studies, 57% of all immigrant households in the U.S. are receiving Medicaid, housing or food benefits from the government, compared with 39% of native households. The highest rates are for immigrants from the Dominican Republic, 82%, Mexico and Guatemala, tied at 75%. Isn't the idea to get immigrants with special skills? If you can't even get a job, by definition, you do not have a special skill. Other than voting Democrat. There's a strange asymmetry in how this matter can be discussed. Liberals and ethnic activists boast about how America would benefit from more Latinos, but no one else is allowed to contradict this claim with statements such as, "We like the ethnic mix the way it was." That will be considered to be racist. By now no one dares to disagree with liberals. Their other sinister plan of expanding the Democratic rolls is accomplished by destroying the family. Every time someone gets divorced, Democrats salivate knowing they just picked up a new voter. Every time a child is born out of wedlock, they lick their chops picking up another new voter. And if a woman gets an abortion, You guessed it. Another voter. According to recent polls, Obama has a negative job approval rating of 45 to 49%. Single women support Obama by a 2-to-1 margin. For this reason alone, the polls are tied between Obama and Romney. The Democrats' single woman siren song is, "Don't worry, be happy, let the government be your pappy." Our prisons are overflowing with the offspring of this experiment subsidizing illegitimacy. Children raised by a single mother commit 72% of juvenile murders, 60% of rapes, have 70% of teenage births, commit 70% of suicides and are 70% of high school dropouts. Controlling for socioeconomic status, race and place of residence, the strongest predictor of whether a person will end up in prison is being raised by a single parent. The second strongest predictor is having a tattoo. A 1990 study by the Progressive Policy Institute showed that after controlling for single motherhood, the difference in black and white crime disappeared. Human beings are being born into ruined lives at rates boggling the mind. Illegitimate children are never given a chance, their lives destroyed by this social pathology. Democrats claim more Democratic voters. Throw in felons voting, and the Democrats have an unbeatable majority.